Hello BookTube, this is Nicole. I wanted to do a TBR for the month of September. Getting it out a few days late, but I figure better late than never. I actually just did a video on my TBR for the Underhyped Books readathon that is going on this week, the first full week in September. So I will hopefully try to read those. I'm not going to talk about those books in this video because my videos already run way too long. So if you are interested in that, go check out the other video. I'm just going to talk about what I hope to read in the rest of the month. So let's just get started with that. The first book, Unholy Magic by Stacia Kane. I've mentioned this before. I'm actually reading it right now. I'm about a third of the way through it. So I started it last month and hopefully I can get done with it this month. I really like it. The problem with this book is she really pulls me into her stories, and when I start reading, I have a hard time putting this down. You know, I might decide, oh, I'm taking a little break from studying, or let me read a little before I go to bed, and I just keep reading and reading, and it's a problem. I mean, obviously it's a good thing. I love this book. I love her other books, but I can't spend hours sitting down and reading one book. I have too much going on. I have to try to break it up. So I've been not picking this up as much as I want to because I'm liking it so much, if that makes sense. But maybe I can get that finished soon. The next book is The Deadbeat, the next in the series by Jim Butcher, the Harry Dresden books. You know, I had read the other one for Booktubeathon and then just finished it and talked about it in my wrap-up, and saw this at the library and picked it up because that never happens when I finish one book in a series and I happen to see the next one, so I figured I'd just grab it. Haven't had a chance to start reading it yet, but I'm hoping to read this one. This one also sounds like it focuses a lot on Karen Murphy, who I mentioned before. She was more of a side character, and she's becoming a lot more important as the books go on. They're getting more into her family life, backstory, fleshing her character out. And I guess she's being threatened by a vampire, and so Harry has to step in and help her out. She's definitely not a character who really needs saving, and I love that, because too often if you have a male protagonist and then a female also kind of lead, the man is always saving that woman, and she does not need that. She saves him as much as he saves her. They really help each other out, so it's a great relationship, great friendship, but they definitely have to work together, and it sounds like she's going to be a big part of this story, so I'm excited about that. The next book I'm going to talk about, I mentioned in a haul that I did. We have this huge, over the summer, used book sale at our library, and I ended up picking this up. It's called Lipstick in Afghanistan, and I've been really excited to read this, and I figure I want to start reading it now. It is about a trauma nurse in Boston who, after 9/11, ends up, I'm not sure if she joins the military or she goes as a civilian, but she ends up going over to Afghanistan to work as a trauma nurse over there, and ends up becoming friends with this woman, and it's a lot about their relationship and being in a war-torn country. And it sounds amazing. You know, being in nursing school, for quite a while I've loved reading books about nurses, whether it's fiction or non-fiction books. And the author, her name is Roberta Gately. She actually is a nurse, and it says here that she has actually worked as a nurse in war zones, from Afghanistan to Africa. She's written a lot of articles about that. I don't know anything else about her, so I don't know if this is her only book, her first book. I'm kind of curious, but it really sounds amazing, so I want to start this. And then lastly, not sure if I'm going to get to this, and if I start it, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to finish it because it is over for like 485 pages. It's a book that everybody probably knows. It is constantly talked about on YouTube, and it's something that I was very interested in reading when it first came out, and then for whatever reason I didn't. And since then it's been so hyped up. And it's a huge series, and there's other series in this world as well. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to get involved in all of that. And I was afraid of being disappointed, because I'm often disappointed by books that are hugely hyped up and constantly talked about. But I recently saw a few videos talking about this book, and one was kind of like your favorite books of all time or really affected you. And I was like, you know what, this really sounds like a book, and the whole series, books that I would really enjoy. They're fantasy books, and I love fantasy books. So I figured, you know what, I need to give this a try. I need to give this, at least the first book in the series, a try. But it is City of Bones by Cassandra Clare, the Mortal Instruments. So I'm not really going to go into what it's about. I think everybody who reads these kind of books know what it's about, probably has already read all of these books, but I think it's about time that I at least tried it. I often don't want to try books that are overhyped, but at the same time, I don't want to miss something that I'm really going to enjoy. Because I feel too often that some people read certain books just because everybody else is reading them, and they want to be in the know, and they want to be able to talk about it. And well, yeah, of course I've read that book too, and I've never wanted to be that way. I tend to search for books that are more unknown, but I figure, you know, you should enjoy what you're reading. Whether everybody loves it or everybody hates it or nobody knows anything about it, you have to pick what you are interested in and read it. It shouldn't matter if it's overhyped or not. It still could be a really good book either way. So that is what I am hoping to read, or at least get through a lot of this in the month of September. I will update you at the end of the month. And I think that's it. I'm going to wrap this up. This might be my shortest video ever. So I'm going to end it now before I start rambling. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.